sunshine to all of you. I hope everyone's doing okay. So as you can see from the title of this video, I am going to be showing you what is in my distraction box. And a distraction box some people have because when they're in a crisis they can go to that box and it can help them when they're in a crisis. It's just full of like sensory toys and distraction toys basically. So I'm going to go through the 5 senses. So that's touch, taste, sight, smell and sound. And hopefully my distraction toys could give you some ideas to put in your distraction box. And hopefully using the 5 different senses, it could hopefully ground you when you're in like a bit of a crisis or you're a bit anxious. So yes, this is my distraction box. It's just a wooden box. I got it from eBay. I think it cost £20 and my sister kindly decorated it for me, so it's looking very pretty. So I'm really chuffed with that. So let's start with the sense touch. So I have quite a lot for touch. I've got 2 banana ones. I've got this one and I believe I got this on eBay and I think it cost like £5, something like that. And it's just, when you're stressed you can just squeeze it. And I think it's good because like then you're not taking your anger out on something else. And yeah, so I got this one. And I got this banana too, which yeah, it's quite therapeutic actually, just trying to squeeze it. I am going to put them all back in the box once I've done them so I know which ones I've done. I've also got a few puzzles. I've got just your casual Rubik's Cube because then it gives you something to focus on, even though I can never do these and it stresses me out more. I've got this puzzle ball thing, so you try and match the colours. So as you can see, that blue goes with that blue, so you just try and match them back into the colours, and I've already done that so I don't want to mess it up again. And I think this cost me about £4, £5 on eBay. And I got this puzzle block thing which cost me like probably £3 again. And it's just a good distraction because it keeps you focused. I don't know, I find it quite therapeutic doing this, I don't know why, it's just... So yeah, this puzzle block's actually really good and it's quite small so you can actually take it out with you and no one will really see it. And the next ones I've got are 3 stress balls, and I actually got these when I was in college because my tutor gave me these stress balls because obviously I was very anxious at college, so she gave me some stress balls and they're really good. When I went to day therapy, I made my own stress ball, and any of you can do these because all you need is like 2 balloons and you can either put flour in it or rice, but I put flour in mine. So you put the flour or rice in one of the balloons and then you tie a knot and then you put the other balloon over it and then that's it, that's your stress ball done. It's literally so simple. So I made this in day therapy. So yes. The next 2 squidgy things that I've got are this shell thing. I love this, it's so therapeutic, like, and you can actually take it out, the shell. But I don't want to. And I got this from the works and it was £2.50. So yes. The next squidgy thing I've got is this cat, which is another squidgy thing, so when you're stressed you can just squeeze this. And luckily you can squeeze this quite tight and it doesn't like, well, it hasn't broken just there, touch wood, so hopefully it won't break. The next squidgy things I've got are all of these. They are like, you squeeze them, but they're like slow rising squidgy things, so they take a while to form back into the original shape. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a fan of these, but I bought them because they were like in a deal for like 10 for like £6 on like eBay. So yeah, most of this stuff guys I either got from the works or eBay. That's literally where I've got the majority of them from. The next things I've got, which I touch, are my 3 tangles. So I've got this one. It's like a caterpillar one. I can't actually remember where I got this from, but I'm pretty sure you could probably get these on eBay for like probably £5 or £6, something like that. But they're just so handy. Like, I always take a tangle out with me normally because they're just so easy to carry around. And then I've got these 2 tangles, which I got on eBay, and I think they were £6 each. So yeah, I love them. I actually love tangles. They're so, honestly, you can just take them out of the house with you, and like, you can even just, and if you don't want to carry it, you can just tie it up, and it can be like a little bangle thing. I know, I love it. So yeah, that's my tangles. The next touch thing that I've got is some slime, and I haven't opened this yet, but I thought slime is a good idea, especially when you're stressed. Because like, I don't know, kind of grounds you. It smells funny. And I got this from the works, and it was £3. Oh yeah, I forgot this one. Another fidget thing I've got is a fidget cube, and I got this on eBay like a couple of years ago. And this cost me, I think they're like about £3, £4, something like that. But yeah, I think it's a good little distraction toy, and you can actually take this out of the house with you as well. The next touch things that I've got are some face masks, because then you can do a bit of self-care, and yeah, it's always nice to do a face mask because then like, it could, I don't know, like when like you're in a crisis, putting something cold on your face shocks the system, and hopefully that'll distract you a lot. So that's what I love about face masks, and some of them, they smell so nice. I have to admit, I'm not a fan of the cucumber ones, but yeah, oh well, I've got them though. The next thing I got for touch is this little squidgy cat thing. It's really small. I have a lot of things for touch, honestly. Like, I didn't think I had that many, but I obviously do. I've got loads. The next thing I've got for touch is a jigsaw puzzle. When I was at day therapy, I made a jigsaw puzzle. So all you have to do is like get like a picture, any size, and then put it onto a piece of cardboard. And then what we did, like we had like a layout of the jigsaw puzzle. So we traced around it. And yeah, so I've got my own jigsaw puzzle of my cat. So anyone could really make that, really. You just need to find like a template like for like a jigsaw. And then you're done, literally. So that's handy for touch. Another thing I've got for touch is blue tack, because blue tack's good and you can just rip it apart, and it's good for if you're feeling anxious, because then like obviously you're taking your anger out on the blue tack and not yourself. For touch, I've also got these squidgy aliens, because who doesn't like these aliens? These are such a childhood favourite. I used to have these when I was at school, but don't throw them onto the ceiling because they get stuck, because I did that when I was at school and one alien got stuck on the ceiling in our classroom. It was so funny. The next thing I've got for touch are these wristbands. So these are just like some events that I've been to. So when I went to the Speakman's tour a couple of years ago, and when I went to the Summertime Ball last year. So I've just got a few memories in there, so yes. I think it's good to like look back on the good times, because then like it can make you realise that not all bad days last forever, and that you can have good days, if that makes sense. And then obviously I've got a pack of tissues in there, because if you're in a state then you need to have some tissues. And the last thing that I've got in here is actually, I don't really want to get it out. Basically, as some of you guys know, my grandma passed away last year, and so I've got a bit of my grandma's hair which they cut off. So my grandma's hair is in there, so if I want I can just touch that and it can just ground me, because obviously I know that like my grandma wouldn't want me to like suffer. So that's all of the things for touch. So the next one is taste. So the things that I've got in my distraction box for taste are 2 things, and they're 2 sour things. So I've got popping candy and these sour blue lollipops, because like when you have like something sour, it shocks you and you're like, oh my god, wow, and it just takes your mind off things. So I do recommend having some sour sweets, because then like it distracts you. And also popping candy, it links with sound, because when it's in your mouth you can hear it popping, so yeah, it's quite cool actually. So they are the things that I've got for taste, but you could probably include like your favourite sweets or anything like that really. Like maybe, actually, you know what I could have included? Like probably like a herbal tea, which is good for like calming you down. But yeah, that's what I've got for taste. What I've got for smell. Okay, so when I was in therapy, day therapy, I made my own spray. So we got to choose whatever flavour or scent we wanted. So I think mine is lemon and vanilla. And it smells so nice. Yeah, it smells nice. So I don't know, I feel like when you smell like your favourite perfume or a smell which you like, it kind of makes you feel so much better about yourself, and it kind of takes you to the place where you are now. So, and also like if you've got like a favourite smell and it's like a favourite like scenery, then maybe like go to your like favourite like atmosphere or favourite place, because then you can smell your favourite smell. I don't think that made any sense. So also I've got one of my favourite scents in my box as well, which is just a vanilla extract, because I love vanilla. I don't know, there's something about vanilla that I love. And then also when I was in day therapy, we picked some leaves off a tree and then we sprayed some smelly oils in there. So now it smells like really nice. I think mine was passion fruit. And the last one I've got is Foresight. Foresight, I've just got some lovely messages that people have sent me. So these could be cards, quotes, and just lovely messages that people have sent me, like when I've been in a low. And yeah, so they're the messages that I've got from people, like the cards for like mental health, and yeah, so they're really nice. I've also got a few books. A few of my friends got me these. They sent me these books. So they're just like little like books, like the Wellbeing Journal. So if you want, you can do some colouring and do some writing if you're feeling quite distressed, and that's a good distraction for you. And I've also got this colouring and puzzle book which my friends sent me. So I'm very grateful for my friends who sent these for me. And they also sent me some colouring pens, because colouring is such a good distraction when you're feeling anxious, because obviously you're so concentrated on like colouring in that your mind just stops overthinking for like a little while. The next thing I've got for sight is I've actually got my Leavers book, and sometimes just reading through this just makes me realise that I am worth it and that people do actually care about me, because even though I left school in like 2014, it's just nice to look back on like what people have said about me and what people used to think about me, and that I'm not as unworthy as I do think. So maybe look back at some old memories, and then it can make you realise that your thoughts are very irrational and that you can do it. Another thing I've got for sight is my grandma's service sheet when it was her funeral, because then I can just look back on that and just remember my grandma, because that's the last time I actually said goodbye to my grandma properly. And yeah, so that's why that's in my distraction box. And I've also got a picture of me and my grandma. So yeah, sometimes having your favourite pictures or pictures that mean a lot to you are really good to have in your distraction box. I've got like 3 like sheets which I got from like day therapy. They give you like some ideas for like distraction techniques. So I'll read out some of the distraction techniques. So you could count shapes around you. You could count to 10. Repeat words to a song in your mind. Say the alphabet forwards and backwards as many times as you can. Think of as many things as you can in one category. Count backwards from 100 in threes. Mate, I can't do that. That would stress me out. And yeah, and you can play Where's Wally. So that's some of the distraction techniques you can get when you're in a crisis. And then they give you some other help sheets as well, like. And also, I need to put this in my distraction box actually. Some helplines. So if you're in a crisis, maybe write down the numbers for like the crisis team or like the Samaritans or anything like that, or like Childline, or you know what I mean. So then if you are in a crisis, then you can just quickly call the number and you don't need to worry about finding the number because you would have already had it in your box. Anyway guys, I hope you all found this video helpful, and you may even get some of my distraction toys because you could think they're helpful for you. So yeah, so it is very helpful if you do have your own distraction box, because everyone's distraction box is personal, because whatever helps one person, like it might not help another person, so everyone is different in that aspect. So create your own, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye!